Hey Earth signs, welcome to your June 2020 Intuitive Messages reading. This reading is intended for anyone who has an ascendant, their rising sign, their sun or their moon in an Earth sign. So I would encourage you to take a look at some of the other elements if you do have like your moon or your ascendant in an element other than Earth, okay? So what I'm going to do is pull 3 oracle cards, and then we'll pull some tarot to clarify those 3 cards. So, and I'm leaving this open, so it might be one kind of big message, or there might be 3 separate messages, okay? So I would encourage you to kind of take a look and see if there's any part of the message that resonates for you, okay? So let's get your cards ready and get going. All right, Earth signs, let's take a look at the messages that came through for you. So we start with good cheer, love that. With kind heart and humor free, may good cheer rule, so mote it be. Yes, please. All right, we have the Magician, the Tower, and the Devil. There's some Capricorn. So what I am thinking with this right now is that you have been either in a really good place or really trying hard to bring some goodness towards you. And you've really kind of been focused on this energy, but you've found yourself in a situation where the positive energy and if you were trying to manifest something with that Magician, all of that good intention that you were putting forward, that you were working toward, something may have come up, right? With the Tower and the Devil, something unexpected may have come up that has completely shifted, caused you to have to shift. Either away from this good cheer, or the other way to read this is that having that big shift is what's helping you to kind of bring in this good cheer and help you to bring in whatever it is that you may be trying to work toward. And it looks like you're having to overcome some internal challenges here with the Devil. The Devil can also symbolize our material constraints, our material resources, the things that keep us bound in the material world. So there may be a challenge and a struggle tied to that. There may have been something that happened to our finances. With the Tower sitting next to the Devil like that, there may have been something that wasn't planned for, that is impacting our financial resources and our ability to manifest and bring forward the things that we want to bring forth with this Magician. But with good cheer there, that gives me a sign of hope that you may be in a good mindset. The 6 of Wands like that. Page of Swords. And the 10 of Swords. So I think the way these cards are coming out is reinforcing what I was just saying, which is I think you were in a space of trying to bring something forward, or you're trying to keep very positive. And something here happened that was unexpected. You got some harsh news, some harsh reality, something that, something that's not necessarily great, especially with this 10 of Swords here. That's kind of made you have to look at some things that you possibly, didn't want to look at, or you're having to make some really tough decisions when it comes to resources, finances, material possessions, And you may need to, this may be suggesting that you need to let go of some things. And yeah, you're having to make some hard, with this Judgment card here, you're having to make some hard choices right now, it looks like. But again, I'm still getting the vibe that you're keeping like good spirits about it, right? So this is a, this looks like a potentially challenging situation, but I am getting that you're keeping a good positive attitude, which is awesome. The High Priestess, yeah. The Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So it looks to me like you are doing some deep diving, manifesting, praying, really trying to kind of keep things moving, keep your emotions in check, keep what you can stabilized from the financial and material standpoint, and just try to move yourself along as you can, day by day, step by step. You're just like, you're stepping through it, like you're keeping a positive attitude. It looks like you're having to make some tough choices. It looks like life has kind of thrown little Uranus energy there for you. Some of you might be a Taurus, in which case you have, Uranus transiting the sign of your sun right now, and that could be bringing in some interesting challenges depending on what house that's in for you. And so it looks like the Four of Wands. This has to do with your stability and your foundation. Yeah, you're having to be much more careful, I think, with what you're doing with your resources. The stability and the foundation, I think, that you've enjoyed is being a bit challenged right now. And again, though, this, like, amongst all this, I'm still that positive. It's like this, keep that going, all right? Keep that positive attitude going. Keep this Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups energy moving forward here. Keep moving forward. Ace of Cups, the Sun, yep, yeah. All right, so these cards are saying to me that despite the modifications, the challenges, yeah, this may have caused some strife between you and other people, whatever is going on here, whatever decision you might be needing to make. Any losses you've needed to cut. You've probably needed to make some tough decisions with this. But in the end, and it is shaking your foundation, it's shaking your stability a little bit, but in the end, I really feel like these cards, this energy right here, is really beautiful to me, especially with this good cheer, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Six of Wands, and then moving forward with this beautiful energy of the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, into this Ace of Cups, into the Sun. So this may be clearing this. Sometimes we go through tough situations and it kind of clears the path and it clears the way for some new, really beautiful things to come in. And it looks to me, based on these cards, that because you've chosen to look at this as the glass half full, you're probably looking at this, even though it might be challenging at times. I think in the end, you are being very positive. You're trying to stay very positive, and I think you're succeeding most of the time. And this energy of just moving forward day by day, step by step, I believe is serving you well based on these cards. Because you have some new stuff coming in here, and you have some beautiful clarity and healing and helpful energy coming in, a supportive energy from the Sun. And these Knights I see as being very supportive because they're helping you. They're helping you move toward. this new, whatever this new thing is, right? Because with this Tower card, something has had to, something has been taken away, or you've needed to remove something, and now you're moving towards something new. All right, so I'm gonna leave that one here, and we're gonna move on to the next group. Oops. Let's see here. All right, so we have knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Okay. Knight of Cups. Page of Cups. And the Fool. Wow. So with knowledge and the Page of Cups, some of you may be entering into, you may be studying something new. You know, and we have the Fool here too. You may be embarking on a completely new journey where you've decided to go in a path that involves studying and learning something new. And with this Knight of Cups here like this, it looks to me like this is like something you're very passionate about, or something that you have had your heart set on, or something that you've been passionate about probably for a while. It's kind of one of your, maybe something that you really love to do, and you've always done it just kind of on the side as a hobby. And now you've decided, you know what, I really want to go for it. I really want to learn how to do this particular thing. And it looks like you're taking steps to move forward toward it, you know? So let's see what else we get. I love that, because I'm actually embarking myself on some study. The star, yeah, absolutely, with the Star. The Star is, to me, also speaks about moving forward towards your dreams. This is something maybe that you've always thought about doing, and maybe for whatever reasons. Could have been self-confidence, it could have been just, family response, too busy with work, family responsibility, whatever, that you just haven't been able to move forward. And so it looks like maybe now an opportunity has opened up that is allowing you to move forward with this study, this gaining of this knowledge, you know, the Page of Cups, the student. King of Pentacles, there might be an expense associated with this. You might be getting some help. You might be getting a scholarship or financial, financial aid or financial assistance in some way to help you with this pursuit. Yeah, and so now that I think you've made a decision to move forward in this direction, and now it's just a matter of putting in the time. Right? It's putting in the time to do the work, to learn the skill, to learn the information, you know, doing the studying, putting forward the energy. And you're probably still wondering with the Seven of Pentacles here, you know, like, where is this going to go? Maybe you don't know exactly how you're going to utilize it. Yeah, absolutely. But you're trusting. I'm getting that you're trusting the universe here, and you're just going to take it one step at a time. One step at a time. I'm gonna finish this class. I'm gonna study as much as I can. I'm gonna learn what I can, and I'm just gonna like I see like a determination here. You've made a decision. You're determined. Yeah, look at all these pentacles. You know, this is the reading for earth signs, and you know, we're getting a lot of really stable energy here. That just flipped out too. The 8 and the 4 of Swords. The 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. You're just, so this, because you've decided to maybe pursue this knowledge, pursue this study, it may have taken you away from social activities, possibly. And so you're really, you know, when I was looking at this 7, I was thinking to myself, I'm surprised the 8 of Pentacles isn't here. I thought that to myself, and there it is. Like, you're all in with this, all right? You are all in with this. You're definitely, you've decided to do it. You're not gonna half-ass it. That's what I'm getting. You're definitely not half-assing it. A lot of cards here are telling me that you are not going to just, like, you're going to make the best of this situation, and you're going to learn as much as you can. That's like the decision that you've made internally, it looks like. Oh, saw that card earlier, didn't we? 9 of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Emperor. All right, this looks like a separate thing, so let me get into this energy space here. Okay. All right. So I think it might be a continuation of this, just looking into the future a little bit, where, because you're going to be really putting your heart and soul into this endeavor, into this learning, into these studies, whatever it is that you're doing here, you may find yourself at times in a situation, or in situations, you know, depending, maybe an exam doesn't go, I'm just coming up with scenarios, an exam doesn't go the way that you had planned, or you might be struggling with writing a paper, or there's just whatever, there's a topic that comes up that you're struggling with perhaps more than you thought you would, or you just weren't anticipating having to struggle with some of the stuff. That's what I'm getting here. And so I think the suggestion for you is to remember to utilize your High Priestess, essentially, which is, if you do find yourself in a place where you're struggling a little bit, to remember to take a step back, perhaps, and meditate, and try to get some answers that way, right? Try to get some clarity, try to get some calm if you're finding yourself frustrated, if you're finding yourself in a tough situation with what you're learning. You always have the High Priestess you can fall back to, where that intuition, that meditation can help you get insights, and can help you get clarity, and even calm. I don't know why calm is coming to me, but even the calm that you may need in order to continue to just kind of do this Knight of Pentacles. Just step it forward, just keep moving. And the Emperor speaks to that exactly, which is, remember your strength, remember who you are, remember the goal, remember the big picture, right? So the Emperor for me is the big picture. Remember what it is that you're working toward and what you're trying to accomplish. And you have the High Priestess that you could utilize. You have your intuition, you have meditation, even spiritual advisors, right? So if you really find yourself in a pinch, you can consult with a spiritual advisor to see if that can help you move forward, get some clarity, get some insight that you may need, okay? So all of those tools. So I think these last 3 cards are really speaking toward, you know, giving you a heads up that there may be times in this where you're going to find yourself a little bit on the defensive, where it's like, dang it, I wasn't expecting that grade, or I wasn't expecting that to be so difficult, type of thing. And so the reminder here is that you have the High Priestess and the Emperor at your disposal within yourself, right? These are all archetypes that we hold within ourselves, and we can utilize them and tap into them as we need to. All right. So I'm going to leave this middle one here. Congratulations for those of you that decided to pick up a formal study. This looks like a formal study of some sorts. Congratulations. I think that's awesome. I love that. All right. So let's move on to this next set of cards. We have Inspiration, Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. The Five of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Wow. Okay. Inspiration. You may be trying to figure out how to get yourself out of a pretty hairy, this looks like a hairy situation. You may be asking, looking for, maybe that's why you're here, is you're seeking some kind of intuition or inspiration of some variety to help you get out of a situation which looks to be really challenging. I think you're not sure how to best proceed. I think some egos have possibly been injured. There have possibly been some disagreements and some harsh words, and people have had to retreat and go their separate way, like kind of, separate and possibly go their separate ways permanently, So let's see what we can get here with this. The World, didn't want that to be in reverse. The Page of Swords. And the Ten of Wands. I don't have any reversals in this deck, so I'm going to leave that because that signifies that this was an important piece to this. It looks like you were prevented from moving forward with something or completing something because some harsh truths were revealed. And we have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands here. It may have started out with just lots of fire energy. It may have started out with an idea, with an inspiration. I see Page of Wands as being an inspiration too. So this may have started out as like possibly a work thing, like a business opportunity, or maybe you were trying to collaborate with someone on something that was business or work related, and there was a new idea put forward. There were some disagreements with how to move forward with it. The disagreements turned into, I would say arguing, fighting, people getting, things were said that probably were regrettable. And now you've had to kind of part and go your separate ways, or you've had to separate for a while and figure out, what do I do next? And so that opportunity that was there, that's why I think this World popped out in reverse like this. Because you weren't able to bring this to fruition, you weren't able to bring this to completion because of this harsh truth, these harsh words. Again, the page telling me that this was probably something that was a relatively new type of idea, these two pages like this. It was something that you guys really weren't able to fully get off the ground because there were too many disagreements, I think, with how to move forward. And it just became a humongo burden, it just became this huge burden. And so I think you guys have chosen to abandon it, at least for now. And so maybe you are looking for inspiration on how you can best move forward now, now that I think you're in this nine of Wands place, right? Where you're just like, well, what the hell do I do now, that sucked. Now what? You know, I still have this really good idea and I want to do something with it. And I think that's where the inspiration comes in. Yeah, you're trying to figure it out. Four of Swords. Yep. Knight of Pentacles. Yep. Moving away. So you probably, so now that you're in this kind of holding pattern, you're trying to figure out how to best move forward, and you're trying to be much more strategic and aligned with, you know, kind of what your end goal was. And I think you've decided to just kind of take the idea and move it elsewhere. Temperance, yep, trying to rebalance the energies, trying to rebalance the situation, trying to regain some level of satisfaction and happiness, because up here, that was lost, right? The excitement that you may have had going into this with that Page of Wands, I think quickly devolved is what that looks like to me. That looks like a quick de-evolution of an idea that you were really passionate and excited about. And so now you're trying to reclaim that happiness, that emotional stability, and that balance that you once had, because it looks like this kind of knocked you, it knocked your stability around a little bit. And the other thing I'm getting with this Ten of Pentacles here is that I really think that you have had intentions of taking this idea like all the way, all right? Like all the way, meaning you were looking for long-term financial stability with whatever this was. And that's why you're doing I need to figure this out. I need to keep moving forward with it. And I'm going to just move away from this. And I'm going to move towards regaining this balance, regaining this stability, reconfiguring even with Temperance. You might need to reconfigure some stuff that was tied to this to get back to this place of satisfaction and happiness, so that you can continue to work toward that stability that I think you were intending with this when this idea started, you know? Yep. Eight of Cups. Eight of Wands. And the King of Cups. So there's a level of sadness here, right? So there's a level of, I wish that it didn't have to turn out this way. I wish that it didn't turn out this way. I wish that we could have figured out the way to move forward that was more positive and healthy and happy for all of us, right? And you know, the Eight of Wands for me is a positive energy from the standpoint of it's a progression towards a new direction. And so this Nine is kind of stuck. The Ten of Wands is stuck. For me, the Eight of Wands is I'm moving forward in a new direction, which I think is needed in this situation, because this looked like it probably wasn't a healthy thing. And there was a lot of challenging energy up here. So this Eight of Wands, so we have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands, which is finding new stability. 8 is a very stable number. Finding new stability by moving forward. You know, in this case, we're having to leave something voluntarily. In this case, we're moving forward energetically with the passion and the fire. And then we have the King of Cups to kind of close this out, which is finding, see, I love this because we have the Nine of Cups here, which for me, I saw this as being you in finding like a place where you were satisfied and happy again. And this King of Cups, this is a very emotionally mature and stable person. So the King of Cups is always going to move forward in a emotionally stable way, right? He's not going to make impulsive decisions based on being pissed off or getting overly excited or wrapped up emotionally in something and making decisions from that place. I don't see the King of Cups that way. I see the King of Cups as making very emotionally rational decisions, okay? And then the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you know, this was a decision you probably didn't want to have to make, but alas, the way this unfolded, you were not left with a choice, right? You were not left with a choice. You had to move away. You had to move away from this thing. And let's see if we can see where this may go. Let's see if we can get one more message. Ace of Swords, the Magician, the Star, and the Queen of Pentacles. Well, I like that. That looks really good. So you're giving yourself now a new opportunity, and you're making, with the Magician, with the Magician and the Star, you're making that happen. And the Queen of Pentacles has that similar type of nurturing, caring, careful energy, I think, that the King of Cups has. So you're moving forward with this in a much more stable way, and I think it's going to bring you success. You know, you're going to be able to fulfill your dream if you continue down this path of making emotionally rational decisions, and you know, being careful and nurturing with how you're choosing to move forward. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles here, which are very, you know, careful energies, earth energy. Those are earth energies that are more methodical and careful and more nurturing and caring. Same with the King of Cups. It's just a very caring, gentle energy. So that, I'm going to leave that here with this message, and I hope that you all found something of use in one of these three, if not more, of these messages. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in a personal reading with me, there are details for that in the description box below. All right. I hope June is treating you well, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.